Happy Bowtie Friday. I'm here with the Build Guild. We're gonna get through a bunch of actually just a couple scaffold-eth builds, but we kind of gather every other Friday or so and kind of show off what we're working on with scaffold-eth and within the Build Guild and just random Ethereum build ideas using scaffold-eth. So I'm going to hand it off to Dinu. You take us away. Show us. I think you just have kind of an NFT project that you're working on. Go ahead. You can share your screen. Show us what you got. Sounds great.
Yeah, thank you, Austin. I'll try to share my screen. I hope it's going to be stable because yeah.
The only person that's not allowed to share their screen is Bliss. If Bliss shares the screen, it's like super wide, and then we end up with like this recording of this like little thin layer. you want to have like kind of a 16:9 or so because it affects the recording resolution. We learned.
Yeah. The thing is, it's my first time using Zoom, and the computer just told me I have to give Zoom permission to share my screen.
Yep, you probably need to drop out and get into your operating system and set it and then come back. But go ahead and go for it. I'll steal the screen while we're waiting.
Yeah.
And I will show off Speedrun Ethereum. Specifically, I want to show off the auto grader that we have running. Let me see if I can even like SSH into it. It's called Carlos box, which is kind of funny. But I'm going to SSH into the Carlos box and just, show some logs. Show some logs. There we go. Okay, so the way Speedrun Ethereum works is if you come into Speedrun Ethereum with a blank, you don't have, basically it really draws you toward these challenges and taking on these challenges. It doesn't give you any other information other than go take these challenges. If you're a TypeScript person or a JavaScript person, that doesn't matter. This is just going to work you through the mental model of learning on Ethereum. And particularly like after doing some mentorship sessions, I zoomed in on like, we really have to show off the superpower of Ethereum, getting people to organize, getting people to coordinate that don't trust each other, and how Ethereum is powerful for that. So the challenge is really work a developer through kind of what Ethereum is good at and how to build on top of it. So the cool thing here is as people finish their challenge, we previously were basically we were grading these. Zach and Jason and Mark and I and maybe Carlos were getting in here, and we were basically going to someone's profile and looking at each of their challenges and then reviewing those submissions and giving them a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But it usually meant getting into their app and staking some funds and making sure those funds like staked and worked. But we finally like set up a testing system. We set up an automator. Carlos implemented it into the front end. So now when someone turns in a challenge, we have like this auto grader that goes to their app and stakes in their staking app or buys tokens from their token vendor, and it just makes sure that everything works. And basically like now we have all these like kind of getting auto graded. If we sort by challenges, we have lots of people finishing the challenges, and we don't have to like get in here and grade them one at a time. So if you want to build a challenge, all you have to do is build a test suite that can work against both a local set of a local copy of the contract, but also you have to think of it like if it's out in the public, you can't do things like fast forward the EVM, right? So if you need to like scrub time or something like that, you can't do that kind of a test. But if it's just interacting with a contract and making sure the contract does what you need it to do, you can write a test for that within Speedrun Ethereum and kind of have that. And it's interesting, this kind of rolls a little bit with a little bit of Soren stuff and ETH dev and how we're talking about kind of gamifying some of the curriculum. This is like maybe one of the first steps. Like maybe we're kind of bottom up working toward a good gamified curriculum, and then Soren's kind of top down working on a gamified curriculum. So maybe we'll meet in the middle on that. But I just wanted to give Carlos a shout out for getting this auto grader and saving Jason and Zach and I a lot of time. So props to Carlos for the auto grading. And if you haven't yet, even if you are a builder and you've built through stuff and these are no problem for you, get in and crush these challenges. Like get in and set up your Web3 portfolio. Oh, look, I haven't even done it. Maybe I'll do that after this call. Get in here and crush these challenges so I have something to show for it also. But setting up your profile. Yeah,
like I've done them so many times though.
I could do it so fast. Yeah. Like I could really speed run it. It might be fun to do sometime, just sit down and speed run it. But yeah, maybe soon, maybe after this call. So actually someone from one of the channels has asked for that. Maybe it might be a good thing to do next. Okay, so that, yeah, for sure. That's the speed run. That is the auto grader from Carlos. We're working toward that. That's kind of like a dev education platform and pipeline for builders. Dinu, how about now? Can you share? You wanna show off your NFT project? Maybe.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna share now. I hope the connection is good enough. Please confirm.
Sounds good. We've got it. Yep. I see CollectionX.
Okay, so
built with Bliss's network selector version too. This is cool.
Yeah. That's the most recent, I think, one of the most recent versions of vanilla JavaScript scaffold-eth. The name of the project was initially Grabbables, but I'm not sure anymore because it's a bit hard to pronounce. But the whole idea is that you can grab NFT. So you have your standard setup with a collection. You can see the NFTs, what we're used to. So I see that I'm the owner of these two. And let's say now the random guy comes along and well, how can I? Yeah. Random guy comes along and visits the gallery, visits this collection, and these two NFTs, which belong to me, random guy is going to see them. Just a second, it needs to load. Yeah, random guy is going to see that these are up for grabs. They can be grabbed, but in order to grab them, you have to pay the price. Now, this is the grab price. And there's a premium on it. Let's say a random guy really likes this one and wants to have it. So not enough funds. Okay, I'm gonna help him out from the faucet. He's gonna need let's give him like a $10,000 just to make sure he's got enough. And so he can grab the asset. Now it's in his possession. He's the new owner. And to me, it appears that it's grabbable. But you see now the price is up 20%. So if I really want to keep my NFT, if I want to have it back, I need to grab it back. And now I'm the owner again. And he can see that he's not the owner anymore, but the price is higher. So these NFTs can be taken away if the taker pays the price, but they get more and more expensive. The idea with this would be to have a platform where the users can create their mintable NFTs. It's just possible to make them for others to mint them. Let's say I want to mint one. I go to this one. I think it's nice. I want to have it. So these are my options. I can set the price depending on what my state of mind is. So I can play it safe, or I can really go to the full maximum of my wallet. Let's say I just want to do this for 1 ETH, about 1 ETH, and this premium is always going to be the same. Let's set it to about 10%. So I submit. This is minted, and now it appears with these settings. If random guy wants to have it, these are the conditions. What I want to add to this is that we will have on-chain, we will know who created each of these just for them to be mintable in the first place. And as soon as I become the owner of one such asset, I can lock it. So as soon as I lock it, it becomes just your regular NFT. No one can take it away from me. But the locking itself does cost some more. And this is something which I've not done yet, but it would be configurable here. So the artist who wants to put the NFT on the app also decides what it is going to cost for the current owner to change the status to be locked so that no one can take it away from them. So if you feel like speculating, you're going to unlock it so that people can take it away from you. And you can be sure that once you buy one of these NFTs, once you mint them or you buy them, you grab them from someone else, you either keep the thing, if you really like it, it's good, or you're going to get paid more than you paid for it, and then you don't have it anymore. And this opens up a few possibilities and incentive mechanism design, which I still I'm playing around with. But the main idea is for artists to put their work up for minting, but yeah, they will decide the premium and the grab, the price and the premium will be decided by the person who mints it, but the fee for locking it will be decided by the artists themselves. Yeah, and that's what I have so far. So it's yeah, this is
really cool. Yeah,
under construction.
Good work. No, and this is exactly what Ethereum is good at, is like these weird kind of like financial mechanisms and these weird kind of new models of taxation or royalties. The thing that this, like right away, this reminds me of Harberger taxes. And the TLDR there is you own an asset and you pay taxes on it, and your taxes basically price the function of the amount of taxes you pay set some kind of overall price that anyone else can get in and buy that item from you. So someone can sweep it out from underneath you. So it's not great for things like houses, where if you're living in it and someone just YOLOs some funds in, they can take your house away from you. But it works really good for things like digital real estate and advertising. So, and also NFTs and maybe even speculation and stuff here. So this is a really cool build. I have a couple questions, and maybe even Isaac might have a GigaBrain question, but my question is along the lines of like, where does the money go currently when someone puts, so does it cost to mint, and who gets the minting funds? And then when someone buys it, when someone steals it from you, they get the funds. Is that right? Like, just wondering where all the money is flowing. Could you talk us through just like the flow of money here and kind of that mechanism?
Yeah. So stealing was not on my mind, but you can think about that. Currently the funds go into the contract that allows minting, so the token contract. But my thought is that the funds, so when I mint it, it's going to go to the creator. I'm just paying the artist, and the creator keeps that price. And as soon as they get that price, they won't get any royalties from any grabs. They only get paid again when people lock it. But
interesting.
When I create one, so there would be an interface here to just upload my asset and to make it available. Then I can also decide what my fee for locking would be, and I can put it to 0. I mean, I can do that and don't have to get paid when people lock or unlock it. But I'm playing on the expectation that there will be FOMO for certain assets which are going to surge in price. So the moment you think, oh, I don't want to lose this asset, it's getting very valuable, then you will incentivize to lock. So locking will cost you.
And what is that
Unlocking
price?
it will not.
How do you set that
so
lock
that
price?
Would be just a
Sorry, how do you set that lock price?
That lock price would be, I'm thinking, so we can make it in percentages or in a fixed fee, as a fixed fee, but it would be, so when I create, well, let's say I have artwork, I want to put it up for minting here. As soon as when I do that and I register it so that people can mint it, then at that point I say it's going to be, let's say, 10%. So after someone mints it and it's being grabbed a few times and the current owner wants to lock it, at that moment they have to pay the locking fee, and this one goes to me as a creator.
Got it. Okay, so the personas here are, we've got an artist, and then we have collectors / speculators, and the artist puts out their work, and as collectors buy up those works, the collector gets paid. But then the speculators can kind of like leave those works floating and let people kind of poach them from them. But then, and the speculators gain money as people poach from them. But then if a collector really wants to hold something, they can lock it, and that money goes back to the artist. So instead of the speculators holding it, the artist gets some kind of final payment that has to do with the price. That's a cool mechanism. That's a really neat thing. Like one thing we found with things like royalties is it's hard to trickle with Isaac. We were working on a kind of, how do we every transfer trickle some funds to the original artist in royalties? And that's hard because what you need is money locked in a contract. So unless you have some kind of bonding curve or price curve that loads the contract up with money, it's hard to trickle funds with it for royalties within the NFT itself. Usually that is the job of the marketplace. But yeah, this is a cool mechanism and awesome stuff. Any other questions here?
Yeah.
Great build, Dinu.
Oh, just a follow-up, I guess. So
yeah, there's
oh, sorry.
I think we're like delayed. I think
sorry,
Dinu's like on the other side of the world. Go ahead, Dinu. And then,
I mean, Europe. Yeah, there was one more idea here, and that's to put when I mint it, I can also set a date until which this whole thing is possible, and after that it's not possible anymore. So after that it's locked by default. So one could play around with this too, when there's FOMO, you know, knowing that the whole thing is going to stop next week, whatever. Then yeah, that will be one more element that I have in mind for the whole setup.
Neat. So there could kind of just be like a speculation round that you build into it, and it's kind of like very malleable, but then there's like simulated annealing or whatever, and it kind of cools down and freezes. That's awesome. What were you asking, Isaac? I'd like to hear it.
Oh, it was just I guess, is the premium percentage like increase, is that per grab, is that preset, or is that like a function of like the previous price? Like, I guess, how does that mechanism work?
You set it here when you mint it. So let's say I go with 50%. I set it here when I mint it. So this is being minted with 50%. The initial price was 0015, and the person who grabs it has to pay this price plus 50% in order to grab it. And now the price is increased by 50%. So each time, it depends on the person who mints it. The one who mints it decides on these two factors, because this would be they will speculate. It's a thing of mechanism design. So if you want to play around with it, you can speculate what price and what premium would fit your target grabber, let's say grabber profile, who you expect this to grab it from you. So you can play around with this. And yeah, there you go. It just adds up to the current price.
Awesome. That's awesome. Love the implementation here. Really clean.
And very open-ended, really. It's like, I'm gonna like put a bunch of dials here and let other people turn the dials as they play around with it. Yeah, there's probably 4 or 5 different products that could come out of a build like this, where you simplify it down to a single mechanism and clean it up. But this is exactly what scaffold-eth is for, is playing around with these builds and tinkering with these new mechanics. If Dinu, great build. Like, make sure let's turn this in to a BuidlGuidl stream. Let's show it off to folks. Hit me up with a link to it so I can put it in the notes of this video, so other people can come in and fork your build also. And I think we have Damu next. If Dinu, you can hand off the screen share and we can go to Damu. Probably something. Oh, lost list. There it is, right there. Let me copy that into my notes. Thank you, Dinu. Good work. Great build.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi.
Damu, we got you. Nice shirt.
Yeah, what happened with the Loogie Tank? I'm here with the t-shirt, Loogie t-shirt to see the Loogie Tank. What happened?
I don't know. Where is he? Where is he? I think Radul was supposed to be here. Maybe I need to go ping him. He might be sleeping. I'll go see if I can hit him up. I thought we were gonna do a little Loogie Tank thing for sure. Let me see if he's around. But if not, you go. You got it.
Okay. I will share my screen. I will present the project that we made with Dia for NFT hack. Can you see my screen?
Yep, and my chats. Perfect.
Yeah.
All good. All good. Here we go. All right. So this was for the NFT hack, right? With ETH
Yeah,
Global?
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Dia made all the creative stuff, all the digital art.
Mr.
And
D,
this is
he's working with
Roboto.
Soren too. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
No,
me that's
no,
on the other
this
side of the world.
This
Sorry,
is
go
another
ahead.
this is another SVG NFT. This is a robot that you can let's go to Mina new robot.
Oh, you guys
It's the
switched to
project-
Polygon.
Yeah, it's just the project in Polygon. Let's see. Height.
Is this a live website anybody can go to? Can I go mint
Yeah,
at
I will-
roboto-svg.com, roboto-svg.com?
I will send the link here in the chat.
Oh yeah, I got it first try.
I
I'll
think
put
that
it in the show notes.
there are a lot of traffic on Polygon right now, but here is the new Roboto. And then we can mint some antennas, ears, or glasses.
So it's a fancy Loogie fork, is that right?
Yeah, it's a fancy looking fork that is similar. You can wear. We have I think, a better interface. Here is the antenna, and I'm transfer the antenna to the Roboto.
So the antennas, the ears, the glasses, the batteries, those are also NFTs, and they're SVG NFTs. So even even the ears, there's a freaking smart contract for ears, and they're SVG ears that are drawn in a smart contract. You have a smart contract deployed to Polygon whose job it is to draw ears in SVGs, and you collect those ears and you can send them to the robot, and the robot will wear those ears. Is that right? And the robot itself is an NFT that is like a composable. And one thing that we really found that was really neat. Oh, whoops, he didn't know it was happening. I should have done a better job of letting him know. The one thing that's really neat here is the ears being drawn in the smart contract within that render function, it's public. So the robot, when it goes to render this robot in the smart contract, it's actually calling the smart contract for the ears and asking them how to render, and it's all rendering all in one contract for all the things it owns. So it's this composable thing where it goes through all of the children that it owns and renders them as part of its own render. Just so dope.
Exactly, and the Roboto have a battery gauge too. This have the battery almost full, 99.95%, and then you can here I have a glasses. I will, and then you have the battery. You can mint a battery pack.
I don't think okay, so battery pack is another NFT, but I don't think I understand the mechanic of power and battery
the
charge
battery
here.
the battery pack is an ERC20 token.
Oh, so it's like power. So like it's a fungible measure of how much power it has, and you can buy 10
It's just
or 20
a battery.
or 30.
It's a battery. All the batteries are the same, and I have to enable to see the allowance for the battery token. And then here the battery, I said the batteries last for 2 days, about 2 days, and now I can recharge the robot.
Got it. Okay, so we've got NFTs
and what happened?
that are. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. Here is the battery charger, but I will see when the battery goes to 0, your robot goes to sleep. This is the robot sleeping with no
The
battery
eyes
guard.
go closed.
This is
That's so cool.
This is the battery low in red, and we can wake up one robot.
I imagine like something like it has a payable function, like a payable receive function. So like, you know how you can send ETH to a smart contract with a payable receive function. It would be really cool if when it runs out of power, that starts to revert. So you can't just YOLO ETH to the contract anymore. You have to charge it up. So some kind of mechanism that you can control, like the robot has to have power before, you know, something else can happen. And that's the thing here is like you built the robots, but someone else can build the game where the robots can move around or something like that. There's a whole nother level of composability up above this that could use this charge mechanic in some clever way. Very, very cool.
This is maybe I can wake up this robot. This is the robot wake up.
And you did that by, so you collect these ERC20s. So does the ERC20 have decimals? That's an interesting. Did you just go, is it 9 way or do you have 9 ETH worth of batteries?
9 ETH.
ETH. Okay, so it does have 18 decimals, but you just do it one at a time and you send them around.
No,
that's cool.
The ERC token doesn't have a decimal 0.
Oh, if it has zeros decimals, then it's not 9 ETH, it's 9 way, right? And you just do a .2 number for it in the front end. Okay, so you have 9 way worth of power. So it's like this, it's like a way to do like non-fungibles with fungibles if you just do one at a time within an ERC20. A lot of the original like early NFT contracts were basically ERC20s that just allowed them to happen one at a time.
And some glasses have a nice SVG animation. Let me see. Loading. Polygon is slow today. Here have
it just looks good.
That's a good glass. Yeah, this is a ray glass with a like a glass reflection animation.
And we'll see some more SVG animations here soon if BlockDev shows up too. I think we pinged him, but I don't know. He might be sleeping. We'll see. Great build, Damu. Did you guys place? Did you win anything from ETH Global? What hackathon prizes did you go after?
No, we don't apply for almost any prize because we don't use almost any sponsor prize.
Which is the way to go. I feel like so many people. Yeah, so many people build their hackathon projects to try to knock out as many sponsor prizes. Yeah. What you should be doing is pushing the boundaries of the edge of like what we can do so far, and stuff like composable SVG NFTs are right on the edge of what's possible with Ethereum right now. So good job exploring the boundaries instead of going for a $500 sponsorship prize.
Thank you.
Great work, Damu. I can't wait to see what happens with this stuff with L2 Summer and L222 hashtag L222. We're going to see so many of these kind of applications where now that it's like cheaper and faster and still as secure on L2, we're going to see all sorts of games and crafting and composable NFT layers. And everyone's going to be looking back on chain at the historian Damu who created all of these forkable examples for them. So good work, dude. Good work. I think BlockDev may have dropped in, but we kind of caught him a little bit early. Let me see. Is there anybody else here that has something to present? If not, we could maybe even do like a quick, let's see, what time is it? We could do a Pay.Party and then go to BlockDev, or we could hit up BlockDev and do Loogie Tanks. I'm gonna just kind of test the temperature of the room. Anybody have anything to present? Or BlockDev, are you ready? Or should we do a Pay.Party to give you some time to prepare?
The Loogie Tank thing is on Coven, so it's not on mainnet right now.
Okay. Okay.
That demoably I can show. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, let's show it on Coven if that's cool. If you're ready. Let's see.
Sure.
Yeah, you can share if you're up for it. So the Loogie Tank, kind of going back to that idea of, oh, we have these robots, someone else can build a game where those robots can play. We're trying to think of this idea of a Loogie Tank where Loogies can swim around and it's kind of deterministic, and Radul can get into it a little bit more, but yeah, take it away and let's see what we got. Maybe we deploy this thing to mainnet optimism next week. Here we go.
Yeah, so this is
look at
the Loogie Tank we have already like demoed it before, but this is on Optimism Coven and using more than just Loogies. And so the basic idea is that we have this SVG NFTs called Loogies and Fancy Loogies. So we create another NFT called Loogie Tank and transfer our own NFTs to this tank, and then this tank animates all these NFTs around. So this is right now live on Optimism Coven. So basically, you can mint all these like vanilla Optimism Loogies, and then you have some fancy Loogies as well. So this is the link that's for fancy Loogies.
So there's optimistic Loogie, there's Loogies, basically loogies.io. Then there's optimistic.loogies.io. And then there's fancyloogies.com. And then this will be probably loogietank.io or something like that. We haven't quite got to it, but we're starting to see like these early pieces of composability of random different projects, even though we're kind of all building them, random projects using them. What's the JSON RPC? Is that from Coven or is that from?
Yeah, I think that I just have to reset my account.
Oh, okay. Oh, the classic nonce stuff. Awesome. Yep. Get in here and this big scary reset button.
It should work now.
I'm minting some on my side too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting the JSON error too. Darn it.
Yeah, so let's have some eyelash on it. So this is just what Damu built, and I think it's already been demoed.
Oh, weird. I get the JSON error, but I still get a Loogie Tank to mint. So it still works. It's just throwing weird errors.
Oh, okay.
I've got a tank. Ooh, I'm putting a Loogie in it.
How to acquire Optimism Coven ETH.
Ooh, I have some. If you paste an address in, I can send some to you. That's a good question though. Is there a place to get it, you guys? Like, is there a good faucet for it?
For what?
For the Coven Optimism ETH.
Yeah, I think the paradigm faucet. Yeah.
Always go to the always that paradigm faucet's a new big one. I'll send you some now.
Yeah, right. So here like I've minted a fancy Loogie.
Sent.
And I'm going to transfer it to my tank. That's the tank ID that I own. So I just transfer it.
And the tank has a receiver function in it. If you're thinking about these contracts and how these work, there's an ERC, I don't even know what it's called, but it's an NFT receiver. And when you do a safe transfer from, it goes and calls that receiver on the other contract, and you can do some logic within there. For instance, like recording where the Loogie lands in the tank or something like that. Oh, there it is. Look at those pretty eyelashes floating around in there.
Yeah.
And that chubby one with the bow tie. Warms my heart.
Yeah, if luckily we get a rotating bow tie, then you'll see it rotating it here as well.
It will rotate in there. Yeah, that's awesome.
So we are actually just ready to deploy it on Optimism mainnet. All the contracts are ready, but yeah, this is the concept of tanks. And
that's
then you
what
can transfer
do.
you can transfer this entire tank to someone else just as a gift. All the Loogies will be gone as well.
That's so cool. So you can get a whole collection, and it's like going back to the idea of a loot bag. You could have like a loot bag that has all your loot, not actual loot from the NFT loot, but loot from a game. Like I've got a sword, I've got a shield, I've got some mech warrior seed. All of those things go into my loot bag, and I can hand them around by sending a single NFT, and anybody who owns them can look right at them and see the contents of them. That something awesome is going to happen with this stuff. We're laying the foundation of building a game. I think maybe BuidlGuidl will just have to build a game one of these days, and that'll be our claim to fame.
Yeah, the SVG NFT like really renders itself to all these things.
Let's deploy this thing to mainnet Optimism next week and have another Bowtie Friday and send around some optimistic tanks. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. I think the last thing we have is to show off Hans's Pay.Party, which is built with scaffold-eth for moonshot. But I kind of want to like dog food it today and actually use it. And mostly it's to say thank you to Jason for organizing scaffold-eth ops. But what I'm thinking is we could do a Pay.Party for folks that have helped just with scaffold-eth and getting scaffold-eth going. And it'll allow me to YOLO a little ETH or GTC to the folks that have done that. I'm thinking on this call right now, Bliss has done some stuff. I know Jason has done some stuff. Anybody else on the call? Probably Zach, we should probably YOLO some too. Probably Mark, we should YOLO some too. Anybody else that's like doing scaffold-eth stuff? I don't even know. Hans, should I just do it? Should I share the screen? Is that how we should go? Okay, so first of all, here's my Loogie Tank. Where do I send in my Loogie? Oh, right here. There's my Loogie Tank. What? Loogie Tank number 2. I better send this fancy Loogie to Loogie Tank number 2, right? It's just the right thing to do. All right, there we go. And then hopefully that will show up here in a second. But also rewinding all the way back here, Simon DLR's this artwork is always on sale, is a good place to look for those harberger taxes and how smart contracts are used for those kind of radical markets. Okay, closing. Oh, there he is. What a cutie. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to dev.Pay.Party. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. And there have been many versions of this. It kind of started with, I don't even know. I think Carlos did one, and then I think Damu did one, and I've got Damu's version and I haven't deployed it yet. And Hans had another one running in parallel. And I guess Hans was running the marathon and the rest of us were running the sprint. But here is the Hans version, and I'm going to create a party. So the goal here is when a DAO has some treasury funds and they need to distribute those funds in a way that's kind of decentralized and a lot less top down and a more like community effort, even though this will be very top down and I will be saying like, Jason deserves all the votes, vote for Jason. But while we're doing it, like this needs to be, you can imagine this being more and more open-ended, but I'm just going to say scaffold-eth ops maybe, or ops/help, just rewording homies that helped with scaffold-eth. Okay, and I am going to, let's see, so participants will be folks that are voting, right? And candidates will be folks that we're voting on. So now that makes me think we probably need to get a quick list of folks that can vote. And we do that usually with Pay.Party. So let me actually start a Pay.Party, and I'm gonna say scaffold-eth BTF. Let's see what happens. Oh, put it on mainnet. Yeah, put it on mainnet. Here we go. All right, and I'm going to create the room. Okay, so now I'm going to share this in the chat or just kind of shout it out verbally. So anybody who's on the call, if you go to this Pay.Party room, if you go to app.payparty.com, there's like a little box you can just type in scaffold-eth-BTF. Or if you're on the call, you can just follow that link. What you'll do is you'll sign a message. It'll come up and it'll have you use your Web3 wallet to sign that specific call sign or whatever. And if you sign that, you'll show up in my list. And then I can copy. What we're doing here is we're just building a list. So anybody who wants to vote, get on that list. Keep joining. So if you're on the call, we're going to need you to help us vote. So go ahead. And so I'm not actually paying anything out to this list. We're just building a list here. And I might as well just be on the list too, right? Let me go ahead and do that. Oh, that is nice. Oh, graffiti, not graffiti. What's that called? Confetti. Okay, there we go. So now we have a good list of folks. These folks are going to help us vote. So anybody else, any last signers? Way to go. Everyone just dropped in and signed like that. That was really nice. Great work. Let's see.
Doesn't it show, like I don't have a reverse ENS map record, so doesn't it show my address?
Oh, it won't show your reverse. It's okay. It should show your address. If you sign, did you sign the actual thing?
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's, yeah, you have to sign something. Yep, there you go. There you are. Oh, no, that's Chris.
No,
this must be you. This must be you. Okay, great. So now, so basically this was just so we can get a list together. Maybe I'll YOLO a couple, maybe I'll buy a beer for everyone on this list later. Basically what I could do there is just send out like GTC. And if there's a list of what, maybe like 8 of us, I could do like 16 GTC to buy everybody a couple beers, and I could distribute that GTC. But what I'm using this for is just to get that list together, right? I'm going to copy that list to the key. I'm going to paste it in here. I think that's right? Okay, now, so those would be our participants. Hans, am I doing everything right? Shout anything out if I do something wrong here. Okay, awesome. Now, candidates. These are the people that we're voting on. I'm going to do what is Jason. What's your
Jack's Coder.
Jack's Coder. There we go. Jack's Coder.eth. I'm going to do frogbaseball.eth, which is Zach. What's Mark's? Let's go to BuidlGuidl right here and copy Mark's address in.
Groth. Yeah, I don't
Grothy?
remember.
Yeah, Mark.
Something like that.
I always just go here and.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go.
Yep.
Mark. Okay. And anybody who else need? Oh, and Bliss, right? Maybe some Bliss. Ghost.
Yep.
ffcode.eth.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
great.
All right. You know what? We probably better have Shravan on here too. I feel like Shravan does a lot. This is just for show off. This does not actually represent anybody's work within scaffold-eth. Just helping out some. The goal is so we can kind of support folks that are helping out with scaffold-eth. Really, the goal here is just to get YOLO Jason some funds, because yeah, I didn't pay him enough, so I need to pay him some more. Here we go. Here is the review. There we go. Rewarding some homies. We've got our participants. We've got our candidates. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to fire this off. And
Austin.
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What happened?
Yeah, I managed to get into it too. It gave me an error initially, but right now I'm also on the list. So you've got 11 people signed in to vote.
Okay.
I came in last.
Let me copy it to clipboard. Look at that, Hans. We're backing up and it's working. Way to go. I bet this is why dog fooding is so important, right? Like
Cool.
You don't really, yeah, I think we did it. I think it worked there, right? Let's see. Let's continue. See if it's happy with our list.
Thanks.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this part's a little bit finicky. It's
Okay.
going to be reworked.
Okay.
It usually just takes a bit to resolve.
Okay, just give it a second. All right, there we go. Yeah. It looks good to me. Look at all those reverse ENS. Way to go, everyone on this call, for being so Web3. That's so dope. Like, you used your Web3 wallet to sign a message. It's cryptographically backed. Okay, here we go. Let's confirm this. Is it going to have me deploy? Oh no, it's just signing a message, right? Create party. Yep. Those signatures, one feedback I'd give is those signatures, probably you want them to be very namespaced. You could even say like dev.Pay.Party and then a timestamp in there, and then the message that you're signing, just to make sure that, like, if you signed a specific message and then that could be used somewhere else in some other app, that signature is pretty powerful. So you have to be careful. You really want to namespace those things that you're signing. Okay. So everyone has 25 votes. If you guys go to this party, let me paste it into the chat. Hopefully y'all can cast your 25 votes. We have 11 people that can vote. Like I said, I'm mostly YOLOing votes to Jason, but I want to give a few to everyone else, and you guys can vote however you want. I would vote something similar to how I'm voting here. Just to give, something like, -3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, something like that. Let's see, take one off there and go there. That's the way I'm voting. What's that, Hans?
Be sure that your MetaMask matches the network up in the top. So you should be on Gorley.
Gorley. Oh, I'm not. Okay, yikes.
Yeah, otherwise you won't be able to sign the message.
Okay. Oh, really? The signed message doesn't work because of
it
network?
uses chain ID in the type. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, so obvious feedback there is a great big warning sign here and a nice little button to have me switch, right? And that usually happens, right? You usually have that. We have that on Pay.Party right here. It's just not on. Let's see. This has already happened, right? Switch network to Gorley.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to show.
Okay.
It's using BlockNative's onboard rather than.
Oh, you guys tried something else, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm a big fan of BlockNative. Well, old school homies. Okay, so here we go. We have our network switched. Okay, so everybody can vote basically. Go ahead and cast your votes. And is it a signature or do I have to pay to vote? Ooh, it's just a signature. Very nice. And it's sign type data. Ooh, +10. Sign type data. So smooth. There we go. So I cast my vote. That's it. So I'm able to vote without having to spend any gas. So
Yeah,
it's
and
gasless voting. That's
right
awesome.
now you're gonna have to
dude.
refresh.
Okay,
But
all
actually-
good. We've got 5 voters. We've got a nice distribution here. Looks like kind of 31% of it going here, 12, 10, 22, 22. It's going quadratic and I don't want that. I want it to be more linear. So it ends up being higher over here for Jason. So I can control this distribution scheme, this distribution formula, depending on, do I want it to be the square of the sum of the square roots, or do I want it to be just linear votes are just linear? And I'm going to go linear and say that since Jack's coder received 42% of the votes, he will get 42% of the pot. And it's kind of changing a little bit. We got 7 people voting. Okay, awesome. So now what I would do is, let's see. So let's say I wanted to distribute some GTC here. I'm going to have to do, oh wait, it's on Goerli. So I'm not going to be able to distribute GTC.
You can actually switch over to mainnet. It's deployed on mainnet. It just,
Ooh,
the dev
okay.
Pay.Party will try to automatically switch you to Goerli.
Okay.
But if you
Okay.
hit the button up top too and switch that to mainnet, there's gonna be a little drop down menu.
Oh, snap. All right.
And that will prompt you to switch to mainnet and via MetaMask.
Okay. Okay. Let's see it. Let's force it just to see it, just as dog fooders. We only have a couple minutes left here, but I kind of want to see so if I have, oh, that's that's a classic scaffold-eth bug that where it like logs you out of the network when you switch.
Okay. Yeah. So
No.
like I said, it's gonna like try to make you switch to Goerli. But well,
there's a fair amount of cleanup that needs to happen here before this is. It looks like it's a production app. That's it's deceiving to me because it looks like a production app, but we've got these kind of non-production UX issues that are still happening. Damn, 11 out of 11. How about that? You don't usually see that kind of participation in decentralized governance. Let's see how it ended up too. Get the full look. All right, awesome.
Linear.
So yeah, oh yeah. Switch it to linear. All right, now let's see. Okay, so let's say I want to distribute. Okay, about that much. So we need about that much. So I need to put about, let's see, what's the price of GTC is at about $8 right now or $9 right now. If I wanted to distribute. Okay, here we go. Let me load. Oh, wait. I need to put, okay, so now I want to distribute some GTC, right? So I need to put in okay, so I want to put in GTC. Come on, Hans. Come on, Hans. Nobody wants to fuck around with the contract address.
Drop down. Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, you know what? I can go to gtc.wtf. Some genius deployed that already, and I already have the token contract here somewhere. Oh, it's right here. Boop. Okay, cool. And let's boop back to here. All right, GTC, and I'm probably, let's see, at $8 a piece.
You should load the token first.
Oh, there's a load. Okay, that should also happen automatically. Yeah. you know what to do here. You know what to do. So let's see if we wanted. Okay, let's calculate. I shouldn't be calculating this backwards. Basically, it should be like a couple ETH go to this and we distribute it. But I want a specific amount to end up in this account. So I'm kind of thinking through how much that needs to be. Let me see. I need to look at GTC price. We probably don't have time to do this. Let's see. So GTC price is about $8. So 10 of those would be $800, right? And I think I want about 15 of those to land in Jack's coders. So I think we need to do about 40 or 50 GTC. Am I thinking about that wrong? Let's just do 50. If I get it wrong, we'll do more later somewhere else. So I'm going to approve the 50 GTC. That can't be right. I think I'm thinking about it wrong, but let's just do this and distribute these funds and see it go. So it needs me to basically approve 50 GTC to flow into the contract. And then I'm going to make another transaction in a little bit to distribute that GTC through this percentage to the folks here in the column here. Ooh, this could, now we're waiting on a mainnet transaction. That's extra choppy. While you're sitting here waiting, make sure that you have speedrun Ethereum. If you haven't speedrun Ethereum, it's the best way to get onboarded into Ethereum as a developer. Speedrunethereum.com. Little commercial there. Have some nice Web3 commercials.
That was like a Price is Right.
Yeah. Okay, here's another Web3 commercial. If you haven't yet, as a builder and a collector of Ethereum, you should deploy a Gnosis safe. If you don't have a multi-sig, you're thinking, what I need to, the way for me to protect my money is to have a really fucking hard hardware wallet somewhere. That's kind of a trap, actually, because it means then it's really hard to use, and even you could screw that up and lose it. The best way, the most secure way, is for you to have a contract wallet with many signers on it and have those signers backed up. So if you as a deployer, as a builder on Web3, haven't deployed a Gnosis safe yet, go deploy a Gnosis safe. Well, not safe, that's not gonna work. We're gonna need Gnosis safe. Or even better yet, go build your own multi-sig with the multi-sig branch and deploy one of those with scaffold-eth. But this is probably safer. Get yourself a multi-sig. Set yourself up as a signer. Set your Rainbow wallet as a signer. Set your partner's Rainbow wallet as a signer, and then set it up so it takes 2 out of 3 signatures for that money to move. And then it's easy for you because you've got your laptop and your phone, and every time you need to move funds out of that, you can still get those signatures together with your laptop and phone. But if you happen to lose one of those, you can go to your partner or go to someone else and say, hey, I lost my laptop or phone. Good Lord. How can I recover some funds, and you can have them sign a transaction. So set up a multi-sig and set up some friends as signers and set up a couple of your accounts as signers and be able to kind of pull that money out with your signers. But if you ever lose one of your signers, you didn't lose that money. You can go to that friend and have them help you recover those funds and get them sent somewhere else. We happen to do a mainnet demo right when gas is going nuts. It's like at freaking 350 Gwei right now.
Damn.
So maybe this isn't gonna work. Oh, look, it went through. Hold on. Maybe I need to reload. Oh man.
No, just hit distribute.
Just go for it. I
Just
like
go for
that.
it. See if it works out.
I like that.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh no, insufficient funds. Oh wait, do I just not have enough ETH? It might be like I don't have enough ETH in here. Okay. I'm gonna have to load this account up with more ETH and then send it. But we need to keep doing these pay parties too. This is good dog fooding for just like using our products. I would love to see a fork of Pay.Party for the Build Guild called Feast, with like a little chicken bone, like we're all like sitting around a big table eating some chicken bones, dog fooding, right? So one day let's get a fork of this going for Build Guild. I imagine a handful of similar party, like, so that tip party, I feel like could be rally.buildguild, and a little flag, like a little rally flag, and we hold a rally and we get everybody together that to build up the list. Another one is roundtable. I'd love roundtable.buildguild, where basically everyone has an equal vote at the table, and what we're there to do is basically pitch ideas that the Build Guild should work on, and you kind of have a roundtable of people voting on them. So lots of like moonshot-like builds and Pay.Party builds that I think we can build into scaffold-eth and Build Guild also.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Happy Bowtie Friday. Thank you to the presenters for presenting awesome stuff. I'll throw this video up on YouTube soon. Hearts, guys. Happy Friday. Thank you.
Guys.
Bye-bye.